Hello and welcome back to Lego Therapy. This is the first Lego Therapy that I'm doing in this office. And it's been a long time coming. I remember anyway, actually, before I get into any of that, because that's a whole load of thing, today I started this build on a Patreon exclusive video that I did with Zigzag and Nathan. So that's going to be coming out this month. I'm doing like a monthly Patreon special. So what we did is we had a couple of drinks and we each got a Lego build and we started building it. It was sort of like a Lego therapy, but also a bit more chaotic, mental with the boys, things like that. So I have started this build and I'm down to 5 bags. And I thought it's about time that I did a Lego therapy. So I'm just going to crack on. I'm going to get started. And I've got to say, if you're going to get a Lego build or a Lego set at any point soon, get this one. Like, the build so far has been the most fun I've had building Lego in a long time. Like, it's very interesting. It's very different. Each part feels unique and interesting. And also, it's just such a clean build. Like, it looks phenomenal. But anyway, I'm going to get started. We're on bag 8. And then I'll get to explaining. I feel like every single episode of Lego Therapy that I've done probably in the past 2 years has been started by me explaining where Lego Therapy's been, why the series has always just taken a backseat and not that it gets forgotten about, but it just, these episodes are so far and few between. And also I'll explain why I'm sat on the floor, and there's a lot of explaining to do. So I guess I'll start with, I feel so stupid, like, constantly starting these, like I say, starting these Lego Therapy episodes by explaining where Lego Therapy has been. But I guess I've kind of got to, haven't I? So, yeah. Lego Therapy, this is the only one that I've done this year. I've not done any others. The last one I did was for my Lego heads that I did, the merch. And that was the last Lego Therapy I did. So actually, that must be like pre-Christmas. Because when did those go on sale? Like November, maybe? Around that time, regardless. Christ, a lot has changed since then. We've got a lot to talk about and a lot to cover. But, like I say, I'm in the new office. I've moved out. That's one of the big reasons as to why Lego Therapy hasn't necessarily returned. I made this whole sort of like big deal about like, oh, I'm moving out, so I'm going to be able to do Lego Therapy more often. Because the reason that it was so inconsistent when I used to live at home was because I know this might sound stupid, but I used to feel quite insecure. Like, on Lego Therapy, I like to get as deep as I want to. I want to talk personally. It's my little space to say what I want to say. I mean, I've started the Patreon podcast up again, so that's another space for me, but this is just me chilling, talking about whatever I want to talk about. And so I always needed a free house for it, because I didn't want my mum and dad to be walking outside and listening to me talking about whatever I want to talk about. Not that they would judge me or care, because that's not what like they're like at all. But just on a personal level, I find it quite hard to talk about certain things when there's people around, and I never wanted to hinder the Lego Therapy videos because people were in the house or walking past. And I think I did film a couple episodes when people were in the house, and you could tell because I would just like pause what I'm talking about while I could hear someone like going to the toilet outside and things like that. So I made this whole big deal about me being like, oh, I'm moving out, so Lego Therapy, I'm finally going to be able to do it consistently, because it's been a thing that I've done for how many years have I done this for now? Probably 2 or 3 years. And yet I've still only probably done like 15 of them, if that. I don't know if you can see, but I've got so many Lego sets here that I want to build, and I want to do that for Lego therapy. And so it was, but that was always my excuse. Oh, people are in the house. So when I moved out, I wanted it to be this, like, this flagship thing that I really wanted to do and try to just really go at, because I don't care how these videos do. I don't care if they perform bad. I just love doing this. And I know there's a fair few of you as well who enjoy these videos, who enjoy sitting down and just chilling and almost like just chatting with me. It's not like over the top, crazy YouTube, TikTok algorithm in your face. It's just it's just me sat here building Lego. And I think a lot of people found sort of, well, even for myself, this is a space for me to slow down and chill. That's why I love Lego. It forces you to slow down and chill. And so I think this is a great place for my own mental health, but also for hopefully people watching. And I always took a lot of joy and pride in that fact that like people enjoyed it to chill out and things like that. So I've always wanted to do this as like such a consistent. Also, I'm sorry, I'm finding it so hard to see in this light. But anyway, so I've always wanted it to be this series that I really do like consistently and enjoy and love, and I do enjoy and love it. When I moved out, I found it quite hard at first to find time for things like this. Like, I'm trying to do 1,000 things a day, regardless of YouTube stuff, because we all know how many bloody channels and everything I've started, which is my own fault. I just get excited and get these different ideas and want to start a different channel. But that's okay. I'm never going to hinder myself to be like, no, don't do what you want to do. Just stick to one thing, because then it'll make me resent that one thing. So I've done other things, but also moving out comes with its other challenges of like, oh, now you've got to cook dinner, you've got to clean the house, you've got to do this and that. And I'm very blessed in the sense of my girlfriend does a lot and helps a lot. And I was just still struggling with the timing of everything and trying to stream more and do more and things like that. And so Lego therapy was sort of one of those things that got pushed to the side because it wasn't at the forefront of my mind, and also it's one of those things that like I really have to be in the right mindset to do, and I just don't think I was. So here we are, the first episode. And then the other thing is I kept making excuses. Like, I'm eventually going to get a sofa, like a sofa bed that goes here. And I just physically can't afford one at the minute because of everything else that we need to pay for. We don't even have a sofa in the actual living room yet. So I've not got a sofa yet. So I kept sort of saying to myself, like, oh, when I get the sofa for Lego therapy, because I don't want to do it on the floor. But I've realised like that again is just an excuse for myself, because like who kind of cares? I'm sat on the floor here and I can still enjoy building Lego, doing this, and it's like, it's great, it's fine. So yeah, it was just always, I think, I don't know what it was. It's not that I hate, not even that I don't even know why I said hate then, because that's just completely not what I meant to say. But I don't know. I really don't know why I've just stopped doing these. But hopefully this is the start of a change. Like, hopefully this is the start of me doing these more frequently. I want to do them more frequently. The reason I'm doing this one is because like I say, for the Patreon, we filmed a little special, and it was me and Zigzag and Nathan building Lego, and I had this sort of like realization of like, I actually love just sitting and building Lego. And you know what I did actually? So I slept. I literally came back today, but I slept at Nathan's house, and I always wake up early, so I knew that was going to happen. So I woke up at like 7:30, and they didn't wake up till like, I don't even know. I think it was like, when was it? I'm trying to actually think when it was. Oh no, I know. I think they got up at like 9:30, 9:30. Oh, I've got this piece wrong. Hang on. Let me try and get this off. So I had like 2 hours, and I did take a book because I'm currently reading Fourth Wing. So I was going to read that. And then I thought, actually, you know what? Let's just build some Lego. So I sat there and just built this R2D2. And I probably did like, because I only did 2 bags on the Patreon video. So I then did like, what? I mean, what am I on? 8. So I did 6 bags this morning, and I loved it. I don't ever build Lego off camera because of Lego therapy, and because I've got all these sets, but I'm always like, oh yeah, but I need to save them for Lego therapy. And I just absolutely loved just sitting. I had no music on, I didn't have the TV on in the background, and I just sat and I just built. And I loved it. Like, it was just phenomenal. And don't get me wrong, that's not me saying like, oh, I don't want to do Lego therapy now because I just want to build Lego in my spare time. But it just made me realise like how much I do. It sounds so stupid me justifying liking Lego, but it just made me realise how much I do actually just enjoy sitting and building Lego. And so I was like, right, I'm going to get home and I'm going to finish it, and I'm finally going to actually record a Lego therapy episode. So here we are. The other thing I've just done is filmed like almost like a. It's not a music review. It's more just me talking about an album that I love. I've recently been like addicted to Sleep Token. I'd never listened to them before, ever. And I always heard the name floating around, and I've seen like the guys in masks, and I was always wondered, like who are they? But I always sort of thought it was a bit like, not like ultra rock, but I just never thought it would be something that like I'd kind of be into. So I never listened to them, and then I don't know what made me listen to it, but I just listened to, I think it was Caramel, and I was like, oh, this is fucking good. Hang on a second. And then I listened to the first song, Look to Windward, or however you say, and that song blew me away. And since then, I have not stopped listening to them. And so I've kind of wanted to do it for a while, to be honest, like making TikToks on albums and music. I've always been a little bit nervous to do them because I'm not a music reviewer. Sometimes I can't articulate what I want to say about a song, or I feel like stupid saying a certain thing, or worried that I might get it wrong, even though there's no technically wrong in music. Someone will be like, actually, that genre is not this genre, it's actually that. And so I never did it, but I thought, you know what, screw it, I'm going to do it. So I did my first one. I've literally just posted it before starting to record this. So I'm excited to see how that goes down, what people think to that kind of content. It's always that kind of thing with those, like, no one really cares about my opinion, but it's not really for people to listen to my opinion at the same time, to be honest. It's more so, hang on, how does that connect to that? Have I missed something out? I feel like I've missed something out. How does that possibly connect to that? That's all right. But there's no piece there. Have I missed out something? I think so. that goes there. And then that connects to that. There's something I'm doing wrong. Unless is the other side wrong? Oh, it's the other side that's wrong. Ah, okay, I've done it. I've fixed what I was doing. So yeah, so I can't remember what my original point was about talking about that. Honestly, I have no idea. But yeah, so that was what was I talking about? I had a point to make about that and everything, but I can't think what. I don't know. Anyway, it must have not been that important. But yeah, so we're back. Lego therapy is back. How frequent these will be, I don't know. I really don't know. But like I say, I've always wanted to make this a thing that I really sort of focus my energy onto, because I do think it's got like real potential to just be something that I could like have like as like a flagship series almost that I just always create and do. And not that this is like why I do it, but imagine if I could work with Lego. That would be the dream sponsorship, to be honest. So that's not been the goal of Lego therapy, but how does that go? That's not even the right piece. That's why it doesn't go there. It's the wrong piece. But yeah, I've been just making a lot of content recently. Like, just a lot of content. But I'm loving it. I am enjoying it. I wouldn't do it if I didn't enjoy it. Is that going to click on like that? This build is genuinely one of my favourite builds I've done. I know I said this like before I started, but honestly, like just the general look of it, and I know I've kind of done a lot of just like the Lego heads or little builds that only take like a really short amount of time. Also, I'm going to have to stretch my leg. This is the one. This is why I need the sofa. So if you want to help me, please join the Patreon so I can afford a sofa. But yeah, I know I've done a lot of the real bog standard builds where it's just like I say, like the busts, like the big heads, or stuff like that. And I have got to say, like, I'm excited to do more like this. You know what I would love? I'd love, now that I've got the R2-D2, I'd love the C3PO. I genuinely might add it to my wish list, because the Lego C3PO next to this, oh my god, that might have to go on the Amazon wish list. Just to see if someone will buy me for Christmas. I don't mean you lot. I mean my Amazon wish list, even though it's public that you lot can get me stuff on, it's also the list that I send to like my mum and dad for like Christmas ideas. So if you ever hear me referencing like, I hope someone gets it, I'm not saying I hope you lot will get it. What I'm saying is I hope my mum and dad get it me for Christmas, basically. So don't ever think I'm like begging you lot for stuff. I mean, if you want to treat me, then feel free, but hang on, have I done that? Oh, I've done that wrong. That's supposed to go there like that. Ah, that makes so much more sense. And then that clicks into there, like that. Bosh. See, I feel like some people sort of like look at me a bit like disgustedly for having an Amazon wish list. But I remember talking to someone in the Discord community, and they were saying like, well, it's only the same as someone donating or like that kind of thing. And ever since then, it's sort of changed my view on it, because it is very true. Like, some people might not want to just gift a subscription on, but they like want to buy me a gift or something. And so, also we're on to bag 9. And so I do genuinely, like, I don't advertise it, but it's just there in case, like, it's a thing that people do want to do. And it's honestly, I do love it, like just receiving, like, books from you lot and things like that. Because I've always wanted a PO box. Because my favourite, like, YouTube video as a kid used to be, like, watching people unbox stuff that people had sent them, and it would just be like the most random stuff, but it used to just be great content. And I've never been able to do that because PO boxes are quite expensive to make, to, like, have open, and so I've never done it myself. But it would be cool, so maybe one day we do it. But that's why I've kind of, like, settled for a Amazon wishlist instead, because I think people can, like, it doesn't have to be stuff off the list. I think people can send other stuff. I'm not entirely sure though, so don't back me up on that. Talking on the community though, one of my biggest focuses over the last, like, couple months has been to really just make an effort for community, because I've always, like, really wanted a, like, really tight knit community where, like, I have an active Discord and I have, like, people who are just, like, invested in not necessarily what I do, but just, like, it's almost like a viewer base, if that makes sense. Where is this piece? Oh, it's there. And I've never had it. Like, I've always tried to make Discords and they always just become inactive. And because I was never like that active in them, because I don't have time to monitor a Discord full time and things like that. And so it's always sort of been pushed to the wayside. And also I've always sort of neglected the whole community, like, thing. Like, I've never, I don't know how to explain it. Like, I've just never had the time, but I've also never made it a priority I've always made it a priority to reply to comments, but to, like, talk to people, get to know people in the community, and like, streaming. I never made streaming a priority. That was always just a if, when, and maybe. But I can't remember. It must have been sometime last year. I was like, I really want to just focus on the people that I've got at the minute, because I was always so busy, like, trying to get new subscribers and get the new, like, get more people following me and subscribing to get to the next milestone. And I feel like I sometimes neglected the people who were already there, because I was like, well, they're already there, so why does that matter? And I think it's perhaps come with me growing up a bit, but I've actually realised I don't need loads of new people. I don't care for a bunch of, like, followers who are just not even going to really care that much about me or my content. They just think, haha, funny clip that I saw once. And so I really had sort of that, like, realization, and I was like, I really need to start sort of honing in this whole, like, idea of community. And it started with me doing scheduled streams, and they have been so brilliant. Like, I've loved doing them. Really, genuinely. Like, streaming for me was always really 50-50. Sometimes I'd have a good stream and it'd be really fun and I'd enjoy it. But other times it would just feel like such a slug. And the chat was just, like, people spamming, like, did you know, or just stuff from the videos. And I was like, how am I supposed to, like, conversate with this or do anything with this? And so sometimes I'd resent streaming, or I'd not do it for months on end, or I'd do, like, one every couple weeks. And the other thing was, I always used to... Where's this piece now? I actually can't find that for the life of me. I can't see it. Oh, it's... Is it that? But that's not the right colour. It's got to be that. It's the only one. Yeah, maybe. Oh yeah, no, it is. It's just the lighting. My eyes are clearly struggling. What was I saying? So yeah, so I like had that realization, and I was like, right, let's let's make let's make a dedicated schedule that I'm going to stick to. Because I never used to stick to a schedule because I always used to be like, oh well, if there's a recording session, I'd rather go to the recording session than the stream. But the issue is like, no, people need to know that you're going to be in a certain place at a certain time, and that they can count on it. And what I love now is like people are like, oh, can't wait for the stream tonight, or are just genuinely like waiting for it, and oh bloody hell, and that means a lot, like that, and I never had that before, and so the scheduling has just been so fun because it's meant that I've like got to know some of you in this community and like really like meet the people who watch my videos and like connect to people. And is that supposed to be like that? Yeah, it must be. And that's been so fun to do. Like I feel like I've just got this. Is that supposed to have fallen out? No. How can that have? Alright, that's supposed to stay in there. Okay, right. I'll try and not move that downwards. So the streams have been really just genuinely enjoyable to do, and I can't thank you lot enough for just sort of like really getting into it. Like I love seeing you lot talking, and there's like a genuine community on the Discord, and it feels like it feels like my videos are now bigger than just the videos. Like they're bigger than just me. There's actual like the community isn't even, it's not my community, it's our community. Like it's not, it used to be a thing of like, oh, if I went off the Discord for a bit, like I went on holiday, it would die off. Whereas now it feels like there's this like sense of like people come in daily and still talk, which is phenomenal. it's so cool. And so I can't thank you lot enough because obviously, without you lot, that ceases to exist. And that doesn't work. And so I'm sorry that I spent that long, not necessarily, well, it was kind of neglecting it. I'm sorry I spent that long just sort of not thinking it was a big thing. And just spending the time doing that. The Discord is just such a beautiful place. Like, people talk to each other and have made friends and sit in the VC and play on the Patreon Minecraft server, and it's just, it's so good. I just love it. And so, yeah, I can't remember what, yet again, I can't really remember what the original point was. Ah, that's why that needed to, okay, how on earth is that going to go in there? Hang on. This is finicky. Very finicky. That's not... Is that right? That is right. Ah, got it. Okay, it was just... That's so cool! It like, so if he sits down, it sort of... This is such a good build. Ah, it's so clean. I actually love it. I love this so much. And I'm not even done. Oh, wow. Wowzers. Star Wars is in a good place as well. Like, Star Wars is always one of them things that you either love or you're in a bit of a love-hate situation. Like, I will always love Star Wars, but sometimes I just feel like giving up on it. Like when Acolyte was coming out, and I'm sorry if you like Acolyte, but I hated it. And so for me, Star Wars was just, I was just like, what is this? I was ready to give up. And after Andor, I mean, you lot who know me know how much I've loved Andor. Like, it's so good. If you've not watched Andor, even if you're not really into Star Wars, just watch it. Like, if you just want a good bit of TV, because it's not even really about Star Wars. There's no lightsabers, there's no Jedi, there's no Force. It's about a rebellion and a political, like, agenda, almost. It's so good. It is some of the best TV I've watched in a long time. And it came out ages ago, and I still think about it. Like, there's like wires. Oh my god, I did not realise. That is so sick. Wait, so hang on, I need to wire him up. So that goes in there. How does that go in there? Okay, maybe that one first. And then that one. No, have I got the wrong one? There's a couple. Right, so the wire goes in there. And then that goes in that one. This is so hard to do. I've not got the fingers for this. Oh, I've done it. I've done it! Hooray! Oh no, that that didn't stay in. Maybe? Maybe not. Is it supposed to like click? Because it's not really staying. Half of them are clicking, like the ends of them, but the other bit sort of just slots in. Like, I suppose if you don't touch it, it won't come out, but it's just coming out. Huh? Stay. Okay. That just looks so good. Oh, this, honestly, like, I know I've just said it about 10 times, but this is my favourite. This is my favourite Minecraft. Minecraft. Did I nearly just say Minecraft build? For God's sake. I have genuinely come to the realisation recently that Minecraft really is just the best game of all time. Like, there's no game that I've been playing for 10 plus years and I still just love. There is literally no other game that I can name that's even gotten close. It's just the perfect game because you can do whatever you want, however you want. And if you disagree, then fair enough. And I'm sure there's other, like, I'm sure there's other sort of, what's the word? What's the word that I'm looking for? Is that gonna go like on there? I don't know. It said to just put it to the side for now, so I'm gonna leave it. But and I'm sure there's other story, like, campaigns that probably do, like, obviously a campaign is a completely different story. That's another bit of content. While we're still talking about content, and I don't always want these LEGO therapies to just be me ranting about, like, content and YouTube and stuff, because it's not stuff that you can relate to, but also at the same time it's just what's on my mind. And these LEGO therapies, while I am sorry to say this, and it's probably a bit selfish of me, they're mainly for me. These LEGO therapy videos, while I'm sure you probably find them relaxing, they're for me to rant and vent and get things off my chest. Hence the name LEGO therapy, because these are therapy for me. At the end of the day, that is what these are. it's a therapy session for me to talk and think things through. Anyway, now that I've got that cleared out of the way, that's another project that I started and I've not had the sort of time and energy to really focus on and get started, is the MXZ Games channel that I've like sort of really finally found what I want to do with it, where I just do like really long playthroughs of different games that I've never played before. So the first one I have played before, but the first one was Modern Warfare, and that was really fun. And what I enjoy is the shorts that I can create off of the back of that. So I made like a TikTok sort of reviewing the game, and I really enjoyed doing that content. And it's just fun to make. I can't lie, I have, for better or for worse, bought a lot of Xbox 360 games. Because I was like, oh, well, I'm buying them for this series, duh. And I bought so many, but I'm yet to film the second one. Like, I should have really had the rule with myself of like, don't buy another until you've finished it. But now I've got a fat, massive list of games, like so many games. So many like old school Lego games, so many sort of like the games that everyone calls like classics that you need to play. Because I made a TikTok being like, oh god, my legs. Sorry, I just need to straighten my legs out. I made a TikTok basically saying like, what games do you recommend as someone who, because I've never really played campaign games. Like I've played a couple when I was younger. Like I played the like first Assassin's Creed games on the PS3. I played the Uncharted games. There was a couple of others, but I as I started YouTube and stuff like that, I kind of just never had the time. Also, where's this other bit? I can't for the life of me see it. Oh, there. Sidetracking. I was saying this to Nathan and Zigzag, because Nathan does the same as me, where he's like, this piece isn't here, doesn't exist, they've not put it in the pack. There is always the piece. I don't know if other Lego people can like relate to this, but it's always there. And you are the problem. Like, you just can't see it. But it's always there. And you will always be convinced. For a split second, you will always be convinced that it's not. You'll be like, no, it's not in the pack. It's not here. And it is. But yeah, so I really want to do that more of that channel. I think I do more than probably full-time YouTubers. That's not me being like, oh, I work so hard, guys. I'm such a pick-me. But like, what? I've started so many channels, and it is a problem. Like, I've the walking channel, which I love. I started that. I started the series of MXZ games. This channel, I've got my book writing channel. I also want to start a podcast soon with my friend Zach, called Isaac Squared, because he's called Isaac, I'm called Isaac. That channel does exist, so if you want to subscribe to it, say that you're ready, then feel free. But yeah, I've essentially loaded myself with a full-time YouTuber's amount of channels and content and ideas, but I still have a full-time job. So it's my own fault. But like I said earlier, I kind of don't care, because at the end of the day, if I have an idea and I want to pursue something and I want to do something creatively, if I started to be like, no, don't do that because the main channel needs all your attention and focus, I'd start to resent the main channel. And I don't see YouTube as this like be-all, end-all thing that I need to be successful at. It's just something that I enjoy doing. I enjoy creating the content. Because, yeah, if I was playing the whole YouTube game, I would have maybe my second channel, maybe the VODs channel, and that's it. And I'd put all my energy into those 3 channels, and I'd stream, and I'd do the main channel like weekly, and I'd have like daily second channel videos, and this and that. and I'd probably like be better off than I am now in terms of subscribers or views or whatever. But would I be happy? Would I feel fulfilled with the content? No. Like 100% no. It's not even a question. I just wouldn't. And I just value that sort of creative freedom to do whatever I want to do way more than selling my soul to win the YouTube game. And maybe when I was 16 to 18 I cared about winning this YouTube game, but now I have no time for it. Like, I hate thumbnails. I hate titles. Because it's like, oh, you've got to play the game. You've got to do this and that to sort of entice people in and make sure that your intro is this speed and this and that. And I don't care. I really just don't care. And like, it probably hinders my channel or whatever. But that is so draining to me. Like, trying to keep up with trends and titles and whatever. I don't care. I just don't care. And that's not me trying to be again. That isn't me trying to be like, guys, I just don't care. I'm above it. It's no. I'm not bothered. I'm not bothered about trying to play the YouTube game. As I said, if I was, why would I have all the channels that I have? Because it hinders me at the end of the day. Because I have less and less time. Because like a few years ago, I started my own podcast called the Get to Know Podcast, and I was doing a bunch of other stuff. And I read this book called Essentialism, and it was basically like breaking down, like, stop spreading yourself so thin and just focus on a few things so that you can like perfect them and do them to the best of your ability. Which to a degree I get, but at the same time, it doesn't sit with me very well, if I'm honest. I think I've done this wrong again. No, I can't have done. Je suis le confused. Oh, that's the wrong way around. That's why. It's always a simple fix, you see. Always the simple fix. There we go. Perfecto. So yeah, I'm just being me. I'm just doing me, and I don't really care. If it works out, it works out. If it doesn't, then I've got like some cool memories. I've got, like, it's allowed me to do my house up and like genuinely, it's allowed, like, the extra money that I get from YouTube, while it's not enough to live off of, it's helped me to be able to do this house up. I don't know. I think most of you probably know by now, but I renovated this house. I bought it and it was an absolute fucking state. Honestly, I watched a video back the other day of what this office used to look like, before we did it up, and I don't know why we bought this house. Like, it looked awful. I don't know what we saw in it, but I guess what we saw in it was good, because now it's done and I think it looks nice. I enjoy my house. I've enjoyed living on my own. No, I'm not on my own, sorry, with my girlfriend. I meant I've enjoyed moving out. Like, I've enjoyed having an office, having my own space that I can come in and like call my own to work in, rather than just being in my bedroom. Because there did used to be days where I would literally wake up in the same room that I'd spend my entire day in, and then go to sleep in that room. And that's not good for anyone, I don't think. Like, I just wouldn't recommend that. So I've loved that aspect of it. I've loved the sort of freedom of just, I don't know, just like cooking what I want to cook. And I know I could have done that at home, but I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying, but basically, I have enjoyed moving into my own house. which is good. And I forgot again what the original point of this was, but this is essentially just me waffling and then forgetting what I was waffling about. Which I suppose is kind of what Lego therapy's always been, to be honest, but... funny. Like that. To be fair, I'm quite excited for the patrons to see the Lego video of me, Nathan, and Zig. I think you will like it quite a bit. My issue, and I will admit this, my issue with the Patreon specials is I always love the videos that much that I'm like, oh, this would be so good to just release to the public. Like, you all know that I did that cake baking video. Where I was, and it was just so chaotic, and I actually was like, I've quite enjoyed making this sort of like style of content, but only the patrons are going to see it, which is obviously the point of a Patreon exclusive. But I was like, oh, I wish everyone could see that. There were just some memes from it that were just like golden memes, and it just would have been good. But at the same time, I guess that kind of... I'm just going to force myself to not make them public and still make them for the Patreon, obviously. But especially with like me and like doing that one where it was me and the boys together, I think that's going to be difficult to not want to post that, because there is some golden clips in that. But I guess that kind of makes it so that like I know or at least in my opinion, the Patreon's worth it, because in my brain I'm like, I want this to be live, rather than it just being like, oh, this is just shit for the sake of it. Because like, I don't ever want the Patreon to be like that, to be just like, oh, this is just a perk because I want your money for the Patreon. Like, I want it to feel like it's worth it. And I don't think it was worth it for a time, I'll be entirely honest. I think I sort of neglected it, and I was just like, there's this Patreon thing. If you want to subscribe to it, you get your name in the outro, and occasionally there'll be a deleted scenes video. And it just wasn't, like, I didn't have the time and energy to put into it, but I've really tried to just up my game with it. And I do genuinely believe now that it's worth it, so I think that's sort of a good sign that if I myself am like, I think this would be worth it. Because if I was like, no, fuck that, then how am I going to make other people want to buy and join? Whereas now, like, I'm probably giving it away at this point. I'm not, but you get what I mean. So hopefully, if you are a Patreon, you're enjoying the monthly specials and the podcast and the extra content, and yeah, like I say, I am genuinely really trying with it. So if you still think it's shit, then I'm sorry. There's not much more I can do. Oh, okay. I was really confused then. I got confused. Right, and then that clips onto there. That's the wrong way around. Not that that really matters, but for the sake of my sanity, I will follow the instructions. Right. I do feel quite happy at the minute. I know that sounds really like trivial and stupid, but like, I was driving back today. I'm going to get quite dark and deep here. I was driving back today from being with Zigzag and Nathan, and I'd had a really good time with them today, and I just really enjoyed it. And I kind of had this like thought of like, I could have missed this like I could have missed all this. Like if I had like ended it without being too blunt. If I had ended it at a certain time in my life, like just look at all these memories and all these friends that I've made that are just beautiful people, and I love them all. Like I would have just, yeah, that's probably too deep for even for Lego therapy, but I'm just really happy in life at the minute. I just feel like I spent a lot of years either not being happy or being focused on the wrong things or being stressed about each one other thing. And I just feel like in a really good place in life. Like I just feel like mentally, like even if I'm not where I want to be at in terms of career or whatever, and I've still got loads that I want to do, I'm kind of just chilling with it, and I'm really trying to focus on just slowing my life down. Not that and I'm not saying that as in like I'm trying to like prolong how long I live. I'm saying it as in I want to slow down my day to day, because there's so many people, or there's so many things, and a lot of people just fall into this whole like TikTok algorithm and trying to do this and that and be quick and blah 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 blah, and just and the world today does not really allow for slow life. I want to just like go on more long walks and read and just really chill and not just constantly be moving 100 miles an hour, and because there's this big push of like, oh, you've got to be working and grinding and doing this and that and don't sleep, and it's not healthy. It's not good. And with that in mind, I'm going to sit and enjoy and do these last 2 bags on my own. So that has been Lego therapy. That was a very abrupt ending, but I want to go and just do this for myself. So I hope you have enjoyed. This is a phenomenal build. So if you want to get a Lego set, I highly recommend this one. Hopefully there will be more frequent Lego therapy episodes from now on. I do apologise for always saying that, but I think this time I do mean it. So, yeah. Sorry for the abrupt ending, but I'm going to enjoy building this on my own.